Falling Water, 1935. Falling Water in Pennsylvania is often described as the most perfect union of architecture and nature. Commissioned by the Kaufman family as a weekend retreat, Wright shocked them by placing the home directly over the waterfall instead of beside it. The house seems to hover in space, its concrete terraces thrust forward like rock ledges. Wright insisted on using stone quarried from the site, which ties the home visually to the forest and cliffs. Inside, the hearth is built around a boulder, anchoring the design to the earth. Instead of walls dividing rooms, Wright used flowing spaces and ribbon windows to pull the outside in. Falling Water didn't just house a family, it became a symbol of architecture's power to harmonize with nature. Guggenheim Museum, 1959. On Fifth Avenue in New York City, the Guggenheim Museum defied every expectation of how a museum should look. Wright spent over 15 years developing the design, determined to free art from the constraints of box-like galleries. Instead, he created a spiraling ramp that coils around a central skylit atrium. Visitors descend gently along the slope, experiencing art as a continuous journey rather than a series of disconnected rooms. The smooth, white concrete form, with its inverted ziggurat profile, stands in bold contrast to Manhattan's skyscrapers. At its opening, critics called it impractical and even insulting to the artwork inside. Yet today it is celebrated not only as a cultural landmark, but also as one of the most daring pieces of modern architecture ever built. Unity Temple, 1908. Unity Temple in Oak Park, Illinois, was both radical and practical. Built for a Unitarian congregation with limited funds, Wright chose reinforced concrete, a material rarely used for civic buildings at the time. The result was a monolithic cube that looks like nothing else in 1908. Yet the stark exterior gives way to an interior glowing with natural light. Clear story windows wrap the upper walls, creating an atmosphere of warmth and spiritual uplift. Wright rejected traditional church layouts, instead placing the congregation around a central space to emphasize equality and community. Unity Temple redefined what sacred architecture could be, demonstrating that modern design could be both functional and deeply symbolic. Roby House, 1910. The Roby House in Chicago is the ultimate expression of Wright's prairie style. Designed for Frederick Roby, an industrialist and bicycle manufacturer, the house stretches low and wide, mirroring the endless flatness of the Midwest. Overhanging eaves extend dramatically, making the roof appear to float. Wright used bands of art glass windows to dissolve the walls, visually connecting the interior to the outside. Inside, the open floor plan eliminates boxy Victorian rooms, replacing them with continuous living and dining areas centered on the hearth. Every detail, from custom lighting to built-in seating, was designed by Wright, reinforcing his vision of the home as a total work of art. The Roby House influenced generations of modern homes, from American ranch houses to open-plan apartments around the world. Marin County Civic Center, 1960. The Marin County Civic Center in California was one of Wright's last and most futuristic designs. Commissioned in 1957 and completed after his death, it embodies his vision of civic life as open and inspiring rather than cold and bureaucratic. The building stretches across the hills with sky blue roofs, rounded archways, and a golden spire that rises like a beacon. Inside, light floods, long concourses aligned with open offices, reflecting Wright's idea that government should be transparent and connected to the people it serves. And the complex feels both monumental and approachable, blending seamlessly with the rolling landscape. Its unique style later caught Hollywood's eye, appearing in Gattaca THX 1138 and even influencing Star Wars. It remains one of the most striking civic complexes in America. Hollyhock House, 1921. In Los Angeles, Hollyhock House marked Wright's shift toward experimental modernism. Commissioned by oil heiress Aline Barnsdall as part of an unfinished arts complex, the home fuses Mayan revival architecture with California living. The house is decorated with stylized hollyhock motifs, Barnsdall's favorite flower, repeated in walls, windows, and furniture. The central living room opens onto terraces and courtyards, creating a seamless blend of indoor and outdoor life. Hollyhock House was Wright's first Los Angeles project, and though Barnsdall abandoned her larger plans, the house became a landmark of early modern design in California, influencing generations of West Coast architects. Oak Park Home and Studio, 1889 to 1898. Wright's home and studio in Oak Park, Illinois, offers a glimpse of his creative evolution. Built in 1889 when he was only 22, the house began modestly but was expanded in 1898 into a laboratory for experimentation. The home blends traditional shingle style with emerging modern elements like grouped windows and open interiors. The attached studio, with its dramatic drafting room and play of natural light, became the workshop where Wright and his apprentices developed the prairie style. Many of his most famous early designs were sketched here, making the house not just a residence but the birthplace of an architectural movement. The Rookery, 1905. The Rookery building in Chicago was already a landmark of 19th century architecture when Wright was commissioned to modernize its lobby. He transformed the dark Victorian interior into a bright, modern space. White marble, geometric screens, and decorative light fixtures gave the lobby a clean, luminous quality. Wright's design preserved the grandeur of the space while introducing his signature organic motifs. The renovation proved his ability to adapt and innovate within an existing framework, leaving a distinctive mark on one of Chicago's architectural icons. Today, the Rookery's lobby is a fusion of two eras: the building's original form and Wright's forward-looking vision. Thank you for watching. I plan on making videos covering all things architecture, so if you enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. I am new to YouTube and appreciate any advice you have to give. Until next time, have a nice rest of your day and stay safe.